Thank you for coming to the meeting today. We're just having a meeting because there's certain issues that we have to get to the bottom of this. First of all, Lorraine, I just found out that you gave insulin to one of your patients 5 minutes late. Can you explain how that happened? Why?
Well, as you can see, I have a large patient load. I have 5 patients, 3 of them are total care.
Okay.
So I just went by who I thought needed me first at that point in time. I just was prioritizing. Some patients are more stable than the other.
Okay, but you know that insulin has to be given on the exact time, right?
I
It doesn't
understand
matter.
that.
I don't care. How many nurses do we have in working with you? You could ask them for help. That's not an excuse. Nursing doesn't give second chances. Okay, I've had enough. That's it. Just pack up your things. You're fired.
Really?
Yeah, you're fired. Just pack your things and go. And you? How come you're not in scrubs? You're in jeans and a mini Dicks on the dancer's shirt. You're not dressed appropriate for work. How come?
I had a second job and I was scrubbed at 3:30. Can I go home and change?
No, you should be dressed appropriate for your job. It doesn't matter. There's no excuses. You're fired, Sukus. You're fired.
What?
You're fired.
Hey guys, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just have a couple of things I want to go over with you that I've noticed that have been happening a little bit lately. Just a couple of little things that I want to talk to you about. Lorraine, you gave meds a little bit late the other day. You want to tell me about that?
Well, lately, we're so much understaffed. I have 5 patients, 3 of them were total care, and I just went by top priority, but it just so happened that I was 5 minutes late on giving one of my patients insulin. They were stable, but I understand that's not an excuse. I was just, the patient load was just a bit much.
I understand. And usually, we have about a half an hour opportunity, for the meds. There's about a little window that you can kind of get in and out of. When you're running late, what I want you to do is rely on some other staff members instead of trying to do it all yourself. Sometimes people get caught up in that, and that can be a little detrimental to your patient. So in the future, when this happens, we're just not going to make a big deal out of it right now today. We just don't want it to happen again, and what you need to do is seek staff support. Okay? We need to call another floor and move some staff around from a less busy place to a busier place, and we need to do that. I need your help in that because I can't be everywhere at once as an administrator, and so I need you to kind of come down there, onto the level of I need help.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
We'll keep an eye on that in the future, and we'll talk about this again. You can tell me if you have any other needs.
Okay, I completely understand. Thank you.
Okay, Claudine, I noticed that you showed up for work today and you weren't in your regular uniform. And just going over stuff that before when we signed up for the program, there was all sorts of things to do in nursing, and some of the compliance things were that you show up professional goods and stuff like that. What's going on?
I had a double job and my scrub got 30, and so this is the only clothes I have. But if you allow me to go home and change, I didn't want to be late.
Okay, I understand that, the moonlighting can kind of get, hectic when you're crossing over and stuff like that. I realize you're just trying to make a living and stuff like that. So if this is ever an issue in the future, what we need to do is you maybe go down to the surgical floor and borrow a set of scrubs if this can happen. We've got to return those because they're pretty touchy on their linens. But if you need a little extra time today, we can start your shift later, take off a couple hours, you want to go home, take a shower, and put on the uniform, come back. It's fine. Just in the future, let's throw an extra pair of scrubs or something like that in your carry bag, and it won't happen again. So it's really not, a big issue, but you can't be on the floor, in a t-shirt. So we'll find a way to get that fixed, and just cover yourselves in the future by backing up that extra gear. Well, those are the only things I wanted to mention to you guys. And, you're both doing a pretty good job overall as new nurses, and we want to keep you guys in the program. So keep hanging in there and keep your eyes on the issues, and also remember that we have a large staff for support. You can do that. Okay, guys, thanks for
Thank
coming.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so today I played the role of a bad manager, and as a nurse manager, in the scene, you can see that I didn't really give my nursing staff a chance to explain themselves. They just acted out as a disruptive discipline. And I didn't allow them to explain themselves why they made their mistakes, and I just gave them a just punishment. I just fired them on the spot, and as of that, I kind of just, I guess, made my role as a nurse manager not that great, and also I didn't give them a fair chance of explaining themselves and then allow them to grow. So.
I played the good manager today, and I demonstrated some discipline, but it was constructive discipline that helped the employees to grow and perhaps change some of their bad habits. You need to be supportive with your staff and carry out that constructive discipline in that supportive manner. And we're focusing on the actions of the person, but these are things that we could change easily rather than going to the extreme. A good manager needs to be constructive with his discipline.
Today, the good manager who was played by Sean demonstrated constructive discipline using McGregor's hot stove rule. The first one will be forewarning, letting your employees know ahead of time instead of surprising them. 2, immediate consequence. Every time something happens, the consequence needs to take place during the time.
The third one of McGregor's rules is consistency. Same punishment for a particular incident. And the fourth one is impartiality. Punishment needs to be the same no matter who committed the incident.